Rowing machine. Straddle yourself along here, move the seat, sit on it. Remember, the seat moves, so hold on while you're sitting down. Resistance range is right on this front of the machine, and it just goes up and down. Start wherever you want, start in the middle and work your way through. Turn your clock on, you can press a program, a time. Don't play around with the clock, remember to turn the clock off, or the batteries go. Put your feet in, stirrupy things here. You can keep them nice and tight, and lean forward. Grab onto your handlebars and keep your back nice and upright. Bring your arms behind you, so the elbows come behind all the way through for a good range of movement. And legs forward, arms forward. Legs back, arms back. Feel the motor. You're doing a program, it's quite nice to watch the clock to see exactly what you're doing. Place the handlebars back in its little holder. Loosen your feet. Remember, the seat moves. And here we have the bike. So as soon as you sit on the bike, oh, there you are, you can start pedaling away. You've got different programs on your screen here. Quite self-explanatory. Just press the buttons and away you go. You can't really go wrong. Looking at the seat height, you'll have to change that. I always like to go hip height. Because what you don't want to do is lock your knees, lock them in too tight. So I'm going to step on here. Over you go. Now I'm going to pedal away. And that's quite nice because I'm not locking my knees. So they're just staying in the same nice smooth motion. And away I go. Press OK, or I can press a quick start, or I can do a manual, or I can do a program. It can count out up or down, whatever you prefer. Have a little mess with the dials. Cross trainer, extra large machine, made for giants, I think. Look at the size of them. My feet will get lost in there, so will yours. I don't know why they're that big actually. Okay, so stand it upright, nice and tall. This won't work until you start moving your legs. So, move. So, that is going forwards. This is going backwards. I see lots of people going backwards, and half the time they don't even realise they're going backwards. It really doesn't matter. It depends on what program you're on. You're doing it for your heart and lungs, then great. Or you're doing it for a workout in your legs, why not do both? Okay, now this doesn't start lighting up until you start moving your legs. There's lots of programs to do. Press the button, play away with it, and legs won't start doing anything until, there you go, I want you to do some work now, until you start moving your legs. The treadmill. Now, most people when they go to the gym, they use the treadmills. Now, pretty self-explanatory, press the button, you wait for the belt to start up, hold on to the sides. This is really nice and safe when you're there. You can bring your speed up, there's a little button here. There's also little programs you can do, so you can have a program installed, or you can do it for an amount of time, whatever you want to do. Okay, so you want to try and stay upright, nice and straight. If you can take your hands off, take your hands off, that's good too. Also, you can bring it so you're going up a hill. Now, it's really quite safe. It will just take it up a bit at a time. So I'm pressing the incline, and it will come up nice and slow. I can feel it already. It's starting to rise. Just giving me an extra bit of a workout. I'm still standing nice and tall. Keeping my knees soft, not locking them in. And it's going up and up and up and up. Okay, so that's your incline. You can take it up and you can take it down. And you don't have to worry, it's not going to shoot you through the wall or behind. It does do it nice and safely and nice and softly. So I'm going to take that down now. That is a good walk up the hill line. down. Okay, so just mess around with the buttons until you get used to it. Take it all the way down so it rests. Speed down. Stop. Right, we'll finish. Take it all the way down. And we're done. Abs, bench, or for lifting weights. So what we're going to do is we're going to use it for abs. Now at the moment you can see it's got a big incline on it. Now that's great if you haven't got a problem with your back and you want a really good range of movement. But if you have, just go for it straight and it just pulls up, pulls down. So what you can do is you can sit on the front of it and you put your feet behind the roller pads. So your knees are here and your feet are behind, and you're going to come down and back up again. Come down and come back up again. Okay, so you're going to exhale with effort, so coming down isn't so bad. So we're going to breathe out, coming up. And breathe in, coming down. Breathe out, coming up. There you go. Again, if you want to go and have a different range of movement, you just pull this up, pull it back down again. Sit back on like where you were. Now you'll notice this time, I'm going to go back much further. Okay, so I've got no problem with my back, my abs are quite strong, so I can come down a lot further. That's a long way down, and I'm going to breathe out, coming up. There's the effort. Coming down, breathe in, breathe out, coming up. And there you have it. This here is your leg extension, so this is working on the fronts of your legs. So you'll see here you've got the dial, small, medium, large, extra large, and the little person so next to you on the edge. You just press that button in and then it'll move that for you. This is your rep range here, so depending on your range of movement, your range of ability, and your ability, that's where you can come right the way down, which is where I would be. You may not be able to get in like that, depends on your leg length, and the same with the chair. The chair pulls forward and back for your leg range, but mostly it stays in the same place in here. So I'm going to come in, I've got it up nice and high. Now you might not be able to get in at that range. If you can't, just alter it, okay? So I'm going to come back because I quite like that range of movement. It's a full range of movement, everything I need. Okay, so your weights are down the middle of the machine. As you go down the machine, your weights go up, and you'll have a little dial here. Go 0, 2.5, 5 and 7.5. You can alter that, so if you don't want to go up a full block on your weight, you can use that to go in between. Now, sit back, hold on, up quickly, down slowly. So you've got 2 seconds up and 4 seconds down. 2 seconds up, 4 seconds down. 2 seconds up, 4 seconds down. Just let myself out here. Okay, and breathing wise, exhale with effort. Okay, so this machine here, this is called your leg curl. So this does all the backs of your legs, your hamstrings. Now, there's a few things to alter on this one. So leg length, you can see down the side here, it says small, medium, large, extra large. I'm obviously a small person, so I'm going to go to small. All I do is pop my finger on the pin here, and it brings that up onto small. And as I get around here, this one here just pulls yourself up and down. That's to allow you to get in it, and then when you're in it, to secure it, you're in it. Now, your seat length, that might have changed, so always watch the back of this seat. There's a little lever here that you can bring backwards and forwards. That's on small. There's little numbers actually, it doesn't say small, that says 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now if you've got somebody in the gym with long legs, then they'll have it right back, obviously. But people don't really tend to move this seat, so it's not too bad. So I'm going to sit in. You've got your weights down through the middle here. As you go down your weight goes up. You've got your little dial that pulls in and out. It starts from 0, goes to 2.55, then 7.5. So if you don't want to go down a full block, which is 10, then you can just go in between. What you need to do is bring your legs across onto the top of this, and you will have another pin just here. Now that will give you a range of movement. I want a big range of movement, okay? I want to go all the way down so I've got it nice and high. Now, depending on your flexibility or your ability, you can have it what height you want. Okay, so I'm going to go high because I might as well make most of it while I'm here. Now, what I need to do is put my legs on top first, get myself jammed in there, and then I'm ready to go, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze, bring your feet all the way to your bum, and then up nice and slow. So your movement is 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 2 seconds, 4 seconds. Remember not to let the weights touch or clang. 2 seconds, 4 seconds. Okay, this is how you let yourself out. Exhale with effort. Okay, so here we have the chest press. Again, you've got a seat so that you know where you need to be. Now I'll just show you where you do want to be. So I've got it down quite low. That will be too low for me. As you can see, it's right up here around my shoulders. Okay, a bit too low. So I want it to go through the centre of my chest if I can. So I'm going to alter the seat and I'm going to bring it up a bit. So always remember what height you have it on. Again, you've got your weights down the middle here. If you want to put your weights up, you go out and back in again with your dial. Here is if you don't want to go up a full block. So your blocks go down in 10s, your dial is 0, 2.5, 5s and 7.5 to give you an in-between. In here you will have a little lever here, which is all down to your flexibility and range of movement. So I put it there, it's really quite easy for me to get into. And then my rep range is here. So now I want to have more range of a movement and I've got no trouble with flexibility. I'm going to bring it back now and put one in and then the other because I have got trouble with flexibility just in that shoulder. So be very careful and just do it at your rep range, okay? Now, what you want to do is plant your feet on the floor. You're not on your tippy toes and you're not using your legs just to keep you comfortable. And your back will be aligned. You can't really sit wrong in this, to be fair, unless your seat is too low or too high. Okay, so I've got at the centre of my chest, I'm going to push forward 2 seconds and then back for 4. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale with effort. This here machine is your lat pull down. You're ever lost on what your machines are for, always have a look up here. Gives a good instructions on where your muscles, so you'll see it all highlighted in red. So your lat pull down. This feels nice. I like doing this when you feel it right at your back. This is great for posture, guys. So again, look at your weights. As you go down, you just pull your pin out, put it back in again. Go down the way to go up in your weights. Remember, you've got your dial here that you can pull in and out. If you don't want to go up a full block, you can go 2.5, 5 and 7.5 before you go up a full block of 10. Get yourself sitting underneath. Now don't forget you've got a seat here which you can alter. Now on this one, what you have to do is you have to reach up before you can actually get hold of the machine. So I'm going to go up. I've got myself jammed right in here. This is a nice straight alignment for my spine and back. I'm not pushing too much into my legs because I want my upper body to do the work for me. So I'm going to come down. I'm going to come down 2 and then up with 4 seconds. So 1, 2 and then up 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And as for your breathing, exhale with effort. Now, this machine here, oh, I'm really close. This machine here is a shoulder press, but we're not going to use it as a shoulder press because it's just a big machine just for these muscles. So we want to get the most out of this machine. So we're going to use it as a shoulder press squat. So basically what I'm doing is, say So sitting down, now if I stand up from there, I haven't really got far to go. It's still a good range, but if I alter the seat to come down lower, it means I've got to squat lower. So the weights are down here. As you go down the rack, the little blocks, the weight goes up. You've also got your dial, so if your dial's on note, keep it on note, but if you don't want to go up a full block, you can go in between and it goes 2.5 and it goes 5 and 7.5, and then you can go up a full block if you want to. So if I'm sitting down here, riding nice and close, I've got my knees bent, I'm going to push through my legs, up, down and then down. Now I'm not having a little rest here, you'll notice that. So I'm going to go up, and down, and up, and down. And I'm looking at a 2-second up, and a 4-second down. You will feel this in your legs, so you'll feel it in your glutes, thighs, back, shoulders, and tummy. If it's too light, you'll end up throwing it up. So watch your weights. If it's too heavy, you'll be like, oh, I won't be able to lift it. So just watch them weights. So 2 seconds and 4 seconds. Exhale with effort. This bad boy here is called the leg press. I like this one. It does muscles front, all the way up and back. So it's a good all-rounder. You have a seat adjustment here. So when you take a little seat in, you're going to put your feet on this plate here. Now, this is the adjustment. I've got little legs, and I want a good range of movement, so I'm going to go in quite close. If you've got long legs, you might not even fit in there. So you can see how you can adjust it. And it depends on what program you're doing. So I like to take it all the way as close down as I can. Got flexibility, range of movement, leg length. That's what that's for. Now, down here, you'll see the weights. You'll see a little dial. Make sure the dial's on note to start off with. You can change your weights instead of going up a full block. You can change it using your dial. I'm going to keep it on there. Put it at a suitable range, so you just take it out, take the pin out, put it back in again. The lower you go down, the higher your weights are. Range of movement, what we're looking for is 2 seconds up, don't lock your knees, and 4 seconds back down. Sit nice and back. 2 seconds and 4 seconds. What you don't want to hear is a clink clink. So basically you don't want to hear any of that. So it's just 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 2 seconds, 4 seconds. You're wondering when you're breathing, breathe out with effort. Okay, so exhale with effort. If you're on a program, write your program down, write your weights down. Ideally, if you're just starting out, you would start out on, say, doing 12 reps. If you found that really, really easy and you found you could do more, then do as many as you can. Have a look at your weight and then put them up for the next time.